Hey guys, how's it going? Kripp here. Today I want to go over how good Astral Communion is. And you're probably thinking, we just had probably the most badass expansion released, and Kripp, you're not reviewing one of the cards from that expansion. Well, there's a few sides to that argument. The first one is, while we have a pretty good understanding of some of the cards being released, I think I'd be comfortable with a few more days, maybe a week, until we really nail down how the meta will work and constructed, and I really haven't played any arena. So there is a little bit more learning before I feel I can give you guys, a very sound opinion on some of the cards. But when it comes to Astral Communion, we had this very special circumstance where people played Cthulhu decks and just really, really slow and greedy decks, and it was a temporary state of constructed that you could actually play slow decks because enough other people were playing really slow decks. So it made for the absolute perfect time to test whether these type of decks with Astral Communion, where you play just a ton of big minions, Astral Communion, a few other cool things, do actually work. This was the perfect environment. While we don't know what the meta will be like when it's stabilized, it might be like this super slow, greedy fest thing. I doubt it, but even if it is, we have that range to compare it to. And while it was acceptable, I don't think it was game-changing. So there's a few things that I want to talk about. Astral Communion has this aspect. Yes, you play a Druid deck, you play a ton of ramp. This deck was made slightly more powerful recently because a lot of the minions do not have Death Rattle, so the big minions do tackle minion for minion pretty well now. And there are a few cards released that do facilitate this well enough. You guys will see the deck as it changed a little bit through the games at the end of the video here. But the new, I think it's Forbidden Ancient, the minion that grows how much mana you have. This guy helps the Astral Communion deck a lot, as do some of the big minions that were introduced in the Whispers of the Old Gods. Notably, Cthulhu actually does pretty well, even if you have almost no synergy. There were a lot of very powerful taunt minions introduced in the expansion as well, so you have a wider selection of cards that impact the board right away, which is exactly what you need when you play Astral Communion. Lose your hand and draw cards one at a time. And Yogg-Saron was a pretty big deal as well. When you can pull a random minion from your deck and all your minions are absolutely insane, well, that works out pretty well, especially because when you're in that situation, often your opponent can't really deal with minion after minion because you're still drawing a minion every single turn. It's going to be the case where you play Yogg-Saron, and if your opponent has no removal, he has to race you down, which can be pretty difficult, but from my experience, this has been a bit of the weak point in the deck. I've noticed that even in some games where I do have the dream, I get a ramped out Astral Communion, and I'm drawing pretty good cards. I'm drawing legendaries, I'm drawing 9 mana guys, I'm drawing 10 mana guys. Even some of those games, I didn't win them. Particularly against the more aggressive and efficient decks, a shaman basically, and the aggressive decks. So we're basically in a state of the game where even though you can beat some of the control decks, you lose to some of those too, by the way. Some of the warriors can beat the Astral Communion opener. It's pretty rare. A few other high-tempo plays, if another Druid is against you and he has a good Innervate play, just moving off of the tempo, he can pressure you into situations where you always have to trade, and you usually have to trade badly because you're outnumbered on the board. Obviously, the Zoo decks, the decks that just mass the board full of small minions, if they just keep going face, if the Zoo players know what you're playing and just go face constantly, it becomes almost impossible to survive, even though you've ramped out 6 mana over your opponent. So basically what I'm saying is, Astral Communion in the absolute perfect best situation ever that we'll ever see in Hearthstone is just kind of okay. It's not that great. It is amazing when it comes to producing high entertainment value and really cool games, so it is pretty amusing to see players play the deck, and it might be a lot of fun to play the deck, but in terms of effectiveness, it is not really there. Now, there is another aspect to Astral Communion that I think people might miss if they're playing the standard format and they see the TGT set roll out. Astral Communion has very cool interactions with some of the random spell cards. And, you know, this has been kind of encountered in a few of the very wild tavern brawls, but in general, it has to do with, like, the Yogg-Saron style of things. So, as you guys have noticed, if you've played Yogg-Saron, it's basically a very simple flowchart. So, when you play Yogg-Saron, basically, you can think of any spell you want, and then it goes through the filter. Will this spell help you win the game? If it goes to yes, Yogg-Saron will not cast that spell. If it goes to no, Yogg-Saron might indeed cast that spell. So what happens is you play Yogg-Saron, and then things might be going okay. It's like, yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah, that's not too bad. Oh, that's meaningless. Oh, that's terrible. And then Astral Communion, and then your hopes of winning the game are completely gone because you just lost your hand. And that happens a little bit, and it's, on one hand, that's really bad, but if you're playing Yogg-Saron, you're kind of asking to play this type of, like, crazy and stupid RNG game, and Astral Communion delivers exactly on that potential miserable and sad state. So I think it's pretty awesome that it works in that way, and I think it's pretty awesome that it exists, despite probably in the near future we'll see no play of this card anymore. For now, though, we got some play from the Kripp, so I had to share that with you guys so you guys can see what it's like to tackle this very different type of deck. Enjoy the games, and I'll see you guys later. It seems like Druid hasn't really changed by design. It's just less frustrating to play against it. What I mean by that is, if they have a really good ramp opener, you still lose. You just lose to, like, a pretty fair back and forth creature battle. You don't lose to taking, like, you know, 15 damage, and then you don't have any life left when it comes to turn 9. What's a 4-drop here? Oh! Okay, well, Twilight Geomancer is not going to help right now. Turn 1 Astral Communion. Speaking of lucky ass druids, here they are. What's draw number 1 here? Cthulhu! I believe that's a pretty good turn 2 play. Actually, if he gets garbage here, I'm gonna stand a chance. If he gets like a 3-drop or some shit like that here, I will stand a chance this game. Well, there goes that chance.
Oops, I broke it. That was a mistake.
Angry boys. I don't believe I can stay alive. Stop tapping. Well, none of the cards in my hand deal with big minions on a timely basis. I had to keep tapping. Yeah, I believe we're dead. Alright, I guess. So how does this work? You mulligan everything for Astral Communion, right? I got it. I guess that's good, right? I guess we're in good shape. I don't have the deck list yet because I haven't played with the deck at all. Oh. That's good. Alright, well, let's hope we draw well now. I like this deck now, it's good. It's like every single card in my hand was wild growth and I could play it at the same time.
It's getting hot in here.
Oh! Okay. Might be one of the only times we ever see this guy play.
Did you bring some fish?
Okay, I guess we'll redraw. Please no 10 mana card. 10 mana card. God damn it. What did he say? Kneel? Okay. So many people play this deck. Really? So many? Okay. Cult Master's an interesting choice. Alright. Not the 1-1, not the 1-1. Okay. That'll do. Ah! Would you look at that? Man, I really want to go second against the rogue, especially. I think I'm gonna go for a spell. Oh, that's pretty weak. I wonder what I should do with that Nourish. Should I do Innervate Dark Arakoa, next turn Nourish for mana, and then Wrath for whatever? Yeah, I know Krakens are pretty decent in this deck, I know. I just don't want to change anything yet. I'm kind of that guy who's a bit stubborn with decks. Like, if... Okay. If a deck is bad in some way, I want to know for sure the reason why it's bad. So like if a card sucks, like you guys were saying Dreadsteed sucks in Warlock yesterday, I'll admit it looked pretty bad in the later stages. But I'm okay going through the motions and seeing that. Well, this should be a fun guy for a rogue to deal with. The main issue here is Auctioneer, like prep, stealth, all that kind of Really? Really? This has happened every single game against the rogue. Like 5 out of the last 5 games. They've had coin, Gadgetzan, prep, stealth. What the hell? Like he hasn't drawn any cards. Like it's 3-card combo in the first 9 cards, 5 for 5. That is busted, dude. Double prep. Really? Re-stealth. I'll see you next turn, bro. Fucking Big Daddy's here. Here comes like the double betrayal tech to kill Sagoth. Yeah, apparently Rogue is still good. Oh, that's bad. Well, I don't think I'm gonna Deathwing yet. I think I will Wrath for 1 though. Fan again.
My hand is too full.
Oh, sorry about that, bro. Looks like you ran into more value than he asked for. Placement? Yeah, I just figured this is the hardest minion to deal with, so if I have this guy here,
This guy's tough.
then he can't betrayal this onto it. Because if I had these side by side, he could insta-kill this and sap the other one, and maybe even kill me. He's got no preps left, so I guess he's dead. Right? I guess I just win. That's kind of sad. I was planning on killing him with Deathwing.
Well played.
I beat a rogue. I guess I'll take it. I really want a Deathwing too. Oh well. A 9 mana 5/9 kind of sucks. Not against Miracle Rogue. Just mulligan everything for early Astral. Oh, no Astral. Maybe we can create an Astral. I sold out to Curse. Dude, I have been with Curse for all of my like YouTube and streaming time. Like before Curse, I was unpartnered on YouTube because you weren't allowed to monetize gaming content. And like 4.5 years ago, YouTube changed the rules so that you could monetize that type of content. So then I did, and then I made like $240 in a month. And then I'm like, well, if I can do a lot more work than this, I could maybe do this instead of working as a computer technician full time. So I quit my job, and then I started streaming. And yeah, that was like 4.5 years ago. I've been with Curse. During Path of Exile times, I was administering the Curse Path of Exile website. It didn't work out very well because I just didn't have time to do everything they wanted me to do. So it kind of bombed pretty hard. But you know, with Curse, I'm like, what the hell? Fine. With Curse, like I know like all the people in charge, all the CEOs, all that kind of shit. Like that's kind of how I am with Curse. I'm on fucking Hearthstone every 3rd day. So, okay, let's try this. Innervate, Sea Witch, Sawgoth. They sent me a Curse shirt just to wear today because they're launching their Curse app. So I'm like, yeah, I'll wear it. And it's a pretty cool shirt. It's nice and comfy. Easy. What's that? Slimming, is that right? What the hell is this deck?
For the Empress.
As long as I don't get Shrek by Doomsayer. Well, right now I might be getting Shreked. If he was as close to Curse as he says he is, Curse would have given him a shirt earlier. I actually think they have. Oh my god, am I actually dead? Frostbolt, Frostbolt, Ice Lance, Ice Lance. It's not enough. Oh, you can like Forbidden Flame Leak crap, right? What? What? That was his hand? Spell damage, Frostbolt, Frostbolt, Ice Lance, Fireball. And every single one got hit by the Emperor.